afternoon, and welcome to Chapter 3 of From the Second Row. I'm Brenda Rozzi.
And I'm Rich Russell.
And we will be discussing the City Council agenda for tomorrow night's meeting.
And other goodies.
And other goodies.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness.
Yes. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
Okay, pursuant to the acts of Russell, this isn't hybrid. You can want, no, it is what it is. We allow participation, however you can do it. We enjoy the public input by watching.
Yes.
It knows that we're doing something well.
And we want the public to come join us at the City Council meetings.
Yes. Oh, man, we need you. It's lonely towards the end of the meeting when Brenda and I are the only two in row 2.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
There's plenty of space.
Yes, there is.
Okay. You want to start it off, young lady?
Okay. So, starting off with public hearings. So let's go back up. Public participation, you have 2.5 minutes to speak. But public hearings, if there's something on the agenda, you have as much time as you want to speak.
At the public hearing last week for the FY25 budget, I took 12 minutes.
Yep.
Because I went back, I pulled up the thing, and I timed it.
Yep.
Hearings are one thing, participation, 2.5 minutes. Don't repeat yourself, and don't get mad when you see them playing with their cell phones because they don't listen to you.
Right. So the first one is handicap parking, 209 Bailey Street.
Can we take these as a block?
Sure. The next one is handicap parking, 108 Lexington Street. And the third one is handicap parking, 205 Abbott Street.
And we got 129 Brookfield.
Right.
And we got 77 Sargent Street.
No, 57.
57, okay.
Sargent Street.
I got to apologize.
Now, you also have to understand, just because it's handicap parking in front of your house, it's not just for you. Anyone who has a handicap placard or handicap plate can park at the handicap spot. And that's, a lot of people think, well, I asked for it. Well, that doesn't mean it's yours.
No, it isn't. It isn't your personal parking space, but
no.
Too many people think otherwise. Let's see, we got what? We got a stop sign, Newbury and Elm Street. Newbury and, they need street stop signs up there.
And we have 15-minute parking, 271 Lawrence Street, in front of Castillo Food Mart.
Oh, that's 15 minutes to go in and do your grocery shopping, buy your goodies.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then we get no parking on Lansdowne Court on the east side, and no parking on Blakemore Court on both sides. Probably little narrow streets that present problems for snow plowing and the fire department and under the guise of public safety, which I got no problem with that.
No. Stop sign on Osgood Street, northbound and southbound at Bailey Street.
Yeah, that's kind of like the one that I had put up on Cross at Cedar Street.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see.
Then here's one we kind of don't know. Creation of child care parking ordinance, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
And we also have to put in the disclaimer that the individual that put that in is also big into
childcare,
daycare centers.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Right.
Okay, the matters pending public hearing, that zip nothing. Those are sitting there.
They're old. A lot of them are old.
Then we'll go to 31824. Citation honoring Ricky A. Rodriguez by Councilor Mark LaPlante. I do not have the foggiest idea who Ricky Rodriguez is, but I will go with
Mark LaPlante.
I will go with the good judgment of Mark LaPlante.
Right.
I won't continue. I won't say any more.
Okay, there's no committee reports. Budget and Finance. Acceptance of gift from Charles Daher and Commonwealth Motors for forcible entry prop, value of $8,605 for Brian Moriarty in the Lawrence Fire Department. Anything, police, fire, not a problem.
Yeah, he's donated his fair share of stuff to the fire department.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Heavy duty dryers to dry out their turnout gear
Yeah.
after bad fires and stuff like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. No, anything like, Moriarty wants, not a problem.
Let's see, we got the 2 items: authority to expend grant funds, just about $80,000 for the Commonwealth Transportation Infrastructure Enhancement Trust Fund. Say that fast 3 times.
No.
That was put up by the DPW director.
And then there's a transfer of $511 and $511,100 of ARPA funds to Homebuyer Assistance Program from various accounts.
I won't touch various accounts.
I don't know what that's for. I think, wasn't that, did they discuss it?
Initial home buyers,
Right.
and they had to live there.
Right. And they have to live there, I think, 5 years?
Something like that.
that, okay.
Similar
So
to if they sold a house off at an
Flishway?
auction.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Authority to expend grant funds $250,000 from the Community Compact Municipal Fiber Grant.
That has to do with the IT department, so I don't know.
Well, I thought grant fiber. I thought they were talking some kind of breakfast cereal. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, okay. Authority to expend grant funds, $392,000 from Mass Department of Conservation and Recreation, the rail trail related expenses.
The amount of money that they have put into the rail trail,
Should be open by now.
they could have rehabbed the old rail system.
I know.
They have smoothed over the parking lot up
Yeah.
there. I know I'm going to butcher the name. Lee makes fun of me when I call it La Fruteria. That parking lot.
La Fruteria.
Yeah, La
Yes,
Fruteria.
on Manchester Street, right, yeah.
They've smoothed that off. It's not
Right.
a tank test track anymore.
Right.
They should have smoothed that off, paved it, made a parking lot, rehabbed the tracks, trolley. And you had enough space there. You could have put the bike path in, the rail trail. You could have kept the rail in there. You could have had shuttle trolley back and forth to downtown, down to Water Street, and you could have had buses taking you to, I mean, the buses are free now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But
that's true.
again,
Yeah,
what do I
yeah.
know? Duh.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
Let's see, surplus property. If the city's going to make money, get rid of it.
Yeah. There's only one item under Ordinance Committee, which is a home rule petition establishing credible service for police and fire.
Huh?
I don't know.
Credible service. You went through the academy, you got the uniform. What's more credible than that? But
Maybe
again, we won't.
Maybe it's to pay for their uniforms. I don't know. Yeah,
Now,
maybe-
this one, because you might be involved in this, I'm just going to mention 4 items. Approval of Frederick Diaz, Michael Abasamara, Enarola Tavera, and Gabriela Tavares to either the zoning board or the planning board. The thing that is missing here, they haven't said who they're replacing.
No.
Which kind of big
And
secret.
planning board meets on July 10th. Zoning board meets on July 25th.
Okay.
So we don't know. And then there's no public safety and no committee of the whole.
That's good.
So then we go on to new business.
Okay, let's see, old business, let's see, what do we got? Okay, that's old business.
Oh, but you said there was,
That was old business. It was takings for, if I'm not mistaken, easements for the rail trail.
I believe so,
construction.
yeah.
I think it was. There was
Yeah.
a whole bunch. They had like 40
Yeah.
of them that they took little
yeah, and I
pieces.
think we have just these 2 left.
Okay.
And then under tabled matters,
We got stuff from 2014. We got stuff, okay, let's see, down to, oh, wait a minute, here's a pet project of mine. 46623, replace plaques on the monument at the Toomey Fountain, Isabel Melendez Park, and Stockton Park.
right.
Replace the plaques on the monuments because I finally got the powers to agree that the mayor's name should not be the biggest name on the plaque. The honoree should be. I mean, all my years of surveying, I've had to locate monuments, all the plaques I've seen. The honoree is numero uno.
Right.
But it is what it is. The kicker is, it was passed on March 19th. And then in square brackets, it says, anticipated monument revisions after July 1st, 2024 with the FY25 budget. End of brackets.
Right.
Anybody want to bet how soon that happens? But that's part of my, that's going to be a continuing nag or harangue on my public participation. Let's see, we got 9224. Oh, wait a minute. 3924. Community concerns about parking meters.
Yeah, that was, especially in South Lawrence. So they put parking meters starting in South Lawrence on Broadway and South Union, never had them before. So the merchants on South Broadway and South Union lost business with the gas explosion,
Yep.
then lost business again with COVID. Now we have parking meters.
Yeah.
So if you drive up South Broadway anytime between 8 and 6, you will notice there's not very many cars on the street. But come 6 o'clock, when those parking meters aren't around anymore, everyone's out.
And the bad thing about not so much South Union, but South Broadway, it is a mixed, it's a retail and it's
And housing,
housing.
right.
One side of the street is basically, the west side of South Broadway is
Housing,
housing.
yeah,
Why should somebody be forced to pay
right,
to park in front of their house?
right. And the funny part, placement of parking meters on South Broadway, there's one in front of St. Patrick's Church, there's one near Diaz and Healy Funeral Home, and there's one in front of Perez Funeral Home.
Is there anyone,
And there's also South Congregational Church. There's a parking meter in front of the church. Why would you put a meter in front of a
is
church?
there, how far down do the meters go? Do they go down as far as Cumbies?
I believe so.
That means there must be one relatively, I can't
Yeah,
remember
I can't
the name of that
remember
church.
Sacred Heart,
Okay, that must mean there's one down there around Sacred Heart.
possibly.
Uh,
Yeah, because Perez is right there. Because it's only a block away.
I wonder if the mayor feeds the parking meter when he goes to church on Saturday.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
But he goes, I think, in North Lawrence, so I don't know.
No, he goes to the one across from, diagonally across from Colleen's.
South Congregation? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I thought he went.
Yeah, because we went down there for breakfast Saturday and his car was parked there.
Oh, okay.
It was a black limo.
Oh,
Okay.
But yeah, but it's just why would you? You know, these people had problems with the gas explosion. They were out of work for so many months, and then the COVID, they were out, and now we're giving parking meters for their businesses.
And taking off on the parking meters, all of the vehicles that the parking meter vultures, as I call them, drive around in are in violation of the contract. They, as by rights, by contract, are supposed to have flashing lights on the roof. They don't have flashing lights on the roof. They got a little bumper sticker across the tailgate that says, "Caution, slow-moving vehicle may stop suddenly," something like that. Yeah. And then the last one, again, thank you to the Collins Commission and their infinite wisdom in making the salaries in Lawrence equal to the surrounding communities, where we're half, our standard of living is half scale of what theirs is. That was put in the very beginning of the year. So that's sitting there on table business. Oh, wait a minute, 138.24. Authority to fill a licensing coordinator position. Now, is 138.24 something that is going to morph itself into 317.24?
I don't think so. I don't know. That's a good question.
Come on, don't use the word think with some of
I'm
the
sorry.
people in the administration.
I'm sorry.
Okay. That's a good question. What's going to go on there? And I'll have to pull out my last year's budget book and see what.
Do we even have one?
I have one at home, and the budgets are all online.
Yeah, I know.
Back into 2009. Yeah.
Those are good old times.
We'll get into that later. Remind me about Haverhill.
Okay.
Let's see. We don't even want to talk about the proposed licensing board administrator. That could be a horror show.
That's under new business.
Yes, new
But
business.
we don't know if that's just another name for the clerk that used to be licensing board clerk. No one, we don't know.
Let's see. Daydreaming baseball family day at Howard Park. That's July 13th.
They're just going to make it.
They're not going to make it.
Yeah, they will because.
No, they won't.
Yeah, because the meeting, they'll probably have a meeting.
Second.
The 9th.
The 9th will be next week. The 16th will be after the fact, when it comes up before the
So
council.
we'll probably go emergency.
Oh, that's going to make some people happy.
Yeah, I know. Minds with Purpose, August 11th, O'Connell Park.
Feast of the Three Saints.
Yay.
We get.
Oh, we can ask them on Tuesday if anyone's there. Oh, they probably won't be there Tuesday.
Okay, Chico Summer Shootout. Friend of.
Isn't that all
That's
summer?
Nelson's.
But why is it just one day? Is that?
She has it 2 or 3 times during
Oh,
the
okay.
summer.
Oh, all right.
That's a good program.
Yeah,
They
it
get
is.
teams come in from Boston,
Yeah.
and they're good. I've been down. Not that I'm a basketball fan, but they play some serious basketball.
Right. Which is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
2 proposed new ordinances. First one is Manager of Financial Administrative Services for DPW. Don't know. And the next one is Sanitation Hazardous Material Program Manager, DPW. Don't know. So we'll have to wait to see how that goes when we go to the ordinance committee meeting.
You know, I mean, before we started, I mentioned I was not in Lawrence when we had the aldermen.
Right.
These aldermen would. I hesitate to say it. They're probably, if they're not with us, they're turning over in their grave. But if they are with us, man, they're saying, I could have made a fortune off of this because we knew how.
Well, I know Dick Remming, who used to do the Parks and Recreation. He's still alive. He lives in North Andover.
But you know, I mean,
I know Joe Markey is deceased. Joe Paralisi, I think, was an alderman, if I'm not mistaken.
Just another horror show.
We're on to 15-minute parking, 294 Prospect Street.
It is again
For Gomez Market?
my comment. 15 minutes, you're going to do all your shopping. Nah, ain't going to happen.
Yeah, but it's not really it's more like you walk in, get what you need, and come out. But 15 minutes, I know.
Just like
but,
the one up the
But
corner.
that's the one at the corner of Prospect and East Havel Street. That's across from the DAV.
Yeah.
So that's going to
But
be
again, that's I look at that type of situation, and I look at the little bodega up at the corner of Tremont and Franklin. He's got sign. You got a sign on both things, and he parks his cars there. But let's see, stop sign, 4-way, East Pleasant Street, the intersection of Colby. East Pleasant Street, yeah, that's worthy of.
Yeah. Yeah, one-way Hillside Street, starting at Havel Street, up the hill.
Yeah.
But if there's no, I think Ames Street is. I don't think Ames Street is one way, is it?
No, I'm pretty. No, Ames is 2-way, but
Yeah.
Ames could go one way. My own thoughts
Yeah.
about it. Dartmouth Street is the wide, like you said, is
It's
the
as
widest
wide.
of the 3.
Yeah, Dartmouth is wide.
And
yeah.
God help anybody if they mess with that one.
Yeah, I don't want to be involved in that
Handicap parking again, Custer 1416 Custer Street, and again there's another one down on 44 Perry Street. Again, point out the comment.
one. Yep. It's
These are not your
Your
personal
spaces.
parking
Right.
space. Irving Avenue, from Hampshire Street to Saratoga. Yes, that
Yeah.
I can see that. No problems.
Yep.
None at all.
And then last but not least, new metering agreement. Is it the parking meters?
Electric
We don't
meters,
know.
water meters,
We
gas
don't know.
meters.
We don't know. So that's going to be an interesting thing to find out what it's going to be. And
Now-
that's it for the agenda. But come and join us for the meeting.
Oh,
and
yes.
but Rich has more good.
I pulled out more goodies. People have asked, who's the highest paid in the city, and who's this and who's that. Now, these numbers that I have, and Brenda's got a copy of them also, these came from right here. This is the new budget. This isn't what is being paid out right now. We have some serious issues there. Okay. The highest paid salary allocated in the budget is the police chief at $245,235. I don't really have an issue with if he is qualified.
Right.
We all know somebody that is qualified that, well, got railroaded, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
The next one is the CAFO, financial chief financial
Officer.
officer. He makes almost $226,000. His background, his knowledge of the various state, federal requirements, he's worth every dime.
Senior advisor.
$208,000. The fire chief, 203.
No, fire chief should be 208.
The fire chief should be
up same as police.
he should be up higher than that, and quite frankly, the fire chief should be. There's another position down here somewhere.
the emergency management.
Yeah, emergency management at
Director.
130. That position should be erased, and they should throw another $25,000 at the fire chief to manage this.
Yeah.
I mean, we know the fire chief. We know he's only got a couple of years left before he has to retire at 65. But I mean, he's been in the fire service for 40 years.
Let me just say, if he wasn't the fire chief and he wasn't with the gas explosion,
Yep, I know it.
oh, I can't even imagine what would have happened.
You know, I mean, my hat is off both to him
and to Sean Conway,
and
Lieutenant
retired
Sean Conway.
Police Lieutenant Sean
Sean
Conway.
Conway, because
They jumped in, bang, they did what they had to.
It was the end of their shifts, and
Yes.
they just came right
Yes.
in and, got us through that weekend, basically.
It did. Okay, fire chief. Director of the DPW, 200 grand, right across the board.
City attorney.
City attorney, 154.5. I won't argue that.
No.
Chief of staff. Wasn't this the guy that couldn't take or wouldn't take the weight sealers, the weights and measures test back?
I believe so.
Yeah, this was what, 10 years ago? Well, I think it was under early in Dan's administration.
I think it was early in Dan's administration.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see, chief of staff, Office of Planning and Development Director. Yeah, now we're sitting at 140,400. I don't know what they're planning to develop, but the comptroller, this is the one that keeps track of all our money.
Right.
139,000. Our IT guy, 135,000.
Chief assessor?
Yeah, Alexei.
135?
I got no problems with him
No,
getting that.
no.
The treasurer / tax collector, that position is divided into, they get half salary for one, half salary for the other, but it
right.
all works out to just under
That's not a
133,000.
problem.
Personnel director, 130 grand. I got no problem with
No.
it. Now, the first assistant city attorney, I was I was on the council when they voted that in. His salary was not anywhere like that when he got appointed. Does that mean we're kissing his old salary goodbye and this is what they're going to raise it to?
Apparently.
Or
don't
is the difference the 130 minus what this contractual salary is that going to be money that they're going to be scrounging from at the end of the year? The infamous transfer of funds? I don't know.
Free cash?
Okay, now we go to the emergency management, which we talked about. What do we got now? Capital assets, project manager. 128, 544. And next one down beneath that is Martha Velez as Director of Human Services. For what she does, I have no problem. I mean, she's directing 4 or 5 minor city agencies. She's worth it.
Yep.
What else do we got coming on?
Community Development Director?
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Oh,
Development.
Whatever.
I got an extra B in there. 125 to Payroll Director, 125. Second Assistant City Attorney. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he got signed on...
Just about a month and a half ago?
Yeah, wasn't he somewhere around 80 to 90,000?
I guess so.
And they got him at 124 rate. Inspectional Service Director, 124 rate. City Clerk, a little over $122,004. The $4
I know.
racks my brain.
I know.
The Planning Director, 124.62. Likewise with the Business and Economic Development Director, same salary. Okay, where are we?
Library Director, 115.
Yeah.
Manager of Finances,
That's-
OPD,
Yeah.
110.
Now we got four deputy fire chiefs
Right.
at
107.
$107,909 each.
Yep. Not a problem.
No problem there.
No.
I have issues with a grant writer at 104,400. That's what she was making last year. She was making $49,000 and she was getting a $54,000 stipend. I won't even continue in my train of thought.
Building Facilities Manager, 104. 321.
He's worth it.
Yep.
Uh,
Administrative Aid Communications, 104.
I run around with a camera. I can put 2 cameras. Does that mean I'm worth $208,000?
I guess yeah.
Jesus, I don't know.
Assistant Director, ISD, 104. Enforcement, there's the Enforcement Prosecutor, 104.
That's a new one. That's
the new one.
Yeah.
That's a new one, yes.
We got a total of 3 city attorneys, and they have to put a prosecutor in enforcement. An electrical inspector, 102.6. Building commissioner, just under 102,000. Superintendent of fire alarms, 101.6.
So what's the Superintendent Fire Apparatus? 101,661.
Yeah.
And then Superintendent Fire Alarms, 101,162.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Now we have DPW Streets and Parks Supervisor at $101,106. Da-da-da-da-da! The mayor kicks in at $100,000. The Assistant Comptroller at $100,000. Cybersecurity Expert at $100,000. And 2 new positions.
Deputy Director.
2 deputy directors of the DPW at $100,000.
Yep.
Now, I added all of these up, and those salaries we just read off total $5,757,535. Now they knocked the budget was what, 400 and
Something million. What was it?
was 438. They knocked off about $4 million. That'd be 434. So that'd be 1/20th. That's 1.2% of the budget, just for the top 40. That's just over $100,000. Come on, that's the average. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the total. The average salary for those 45 people comes out to $127,945. That's a nice average to be. Really, you think about it. I was going to go through the budget and pull out the rest of them and figure out how much the salaries, but it's, I worked Friday and I got into something that just kind of knocked me down. Poison ivy, poison oak, and you got into trying to keep it from one eye. I said, I'm not playing games on the computer.
Yeah, right.
But that's the show. I mean, am I the only one that notices this stuff?
Probably.
I'm probably the only one that got the nerve to open my mouth about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
This is the thing. I mean, everybody's pointing at, let him do it. He isn't going to do it. He isn't going to do it. You want something done, you got to do it yourself.
Right. Yeah.
But hey,
Well, it is what it is. I also want to mention, as being president of my neighborhood association, that on last Wednesday, Councilor Felina Santiago brought back the District A Prospect Hill Neighborhood Association.
and it was about 75 people in a very hot room, very
DAW.
hot.
But it was a good turnout, and I'm glad that's coming back, because it's something that's needed up in that area. And it was, like I said, it was a good turnout. Just the fact that how many people showed up. And also David Straffolino, who was in charge of Prospect Hill after Jim Ross gave it up, he was there also, and I spoke with him. He was, I told him that how I had spoken to Federlino. I told him what neighborhoods, what you need, whatever, and he was kind of glad about that. So and we need to stop bringing them back. We've lost so many.
I know Brenda can match my claim. I think I have attended at one point or another. I have attended every neighborhood meeting.
Yep.
I mean, even to some that are non-existent.
Right.
God rest the General Donovan. I'm still waiting for Jay to bring the pizza to the meeting. That's a good story there.
Tell the story about that. That was a good one.
We had the neighborhood meeting, and an individual who was in charge of the meeting. The meeting started at 7:00. He called Lieutenant Jay Cerullo of the
Who was
police
a sergeant
department,
at the time.
and he says, "Hey Jay, can you bring a couple pizzas over?" Yeah, you can imagine what the police lieutenant's answer was. It was great. You had to have been there. Consequently, we didn't have pizza that night.
No, we didn't have pizza that night. Well, we all laughed when
But
Jay
again,
showed
it
up,
is what it is. But again, like I said, I have attended all of them. Some, let's see, the South Common one is virtually non-existent.
It is non-existent. They're coming to my meeting. Well, first of all, she had it to be Leafson. The Leafson is not hosting any events anymore, so that kind of.
Yeah.
But even before that, there weren't very many members, so she has decided to. A lot of her members have come over to my neighborhood meeting. Mount Vernon kind of has
fizzled out, but it's trying to make a comeback.
Right. But they're coming to my meeting. And then Colonial Heights, that's still going. Solar Plant,
keeping that one going.
Yeah, that's still going. And other than that, Tower Hill. But there's no other neighborhood meeting.
There aren't.
No. So hopefully, we'll get more going. National Night Out is coming up August 6th. So normally we would have, it used to be Monday night was a huge citywide event, and then Tuesday night was individual neighborhoods. But this year we're just doing the individual neighborhoods on Tuesday night. So the South Lawrence West neighborhood plus Mount Vernon, which is mine, and Mount Vernon and South Common are going to be at Mount Vernon Park. The Colonial Heights will be on Sula Plants, I believe, in Durso Ave.
Yeah.
And then Tower Hill may come over to help us. And I believe Prospect Hill might be at the park. She mentioned she may be having hers up at that.
What is the date on that?
August 6th. It's a Tuesday.
That's a city council meeting night.
No, they're not having it. I've already told them about it, and council president said to tell Teresa, which I did.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they'll have it maybe on Wednesday. They usually do that on Wednesday,
Yeah.
though. They'll have it on Wednesday.
I mean, it isn't like it was several years in the past when they had the big convoy of the fire trucks and the police.
But they are going to do that. But then it's not going to be going all over the city. It's only going to be to those
I remember
things.
last year they put the city councilors, and there was only like 3 of us on a Meva bus,
Right, yeah.
and this guy deserved an award for zigging through some of those streets up in the A and B.
I was going to say,
Yeah. But again, that's what they did last year. Was they put the people on the
Right,
buses.
yeah.
I mean, in the past they had driven around in their personal cars,
Right.
and quite frankly, turned into a crap show. You had a
There's too many
convoy
little-
about
yeah.
37,000 miles long.
Right.
But-
So, I've already spoken to Officer Cuddy, I've spoken to Lieutenant Cerullo, so they know. And there's just going to be, like I said, there's going to be Prospect Hill. Harold Magoon is going to have on Parker Street his little thing. There's going to be Mount Vernon, there's going to be Colonial Heights, and that's it. Which is enough for them to come and all that. And it's a good time. The kids have a good time. Each neighborhood does their own different thing, whatever.
I mean, I kind of miss the helicopters coming in like a combat assault into Vietnam, which they probably should do.
But first of all, you can't do. We
know
used to always have it in the South Lawrence Common, but they're remodeling it. You can't do anything over there. And it can't be on Commons too. It's.
We had too many trees that we planted.
Oh my God, I know.
I mean, and we have probably people who would complain you wouldn't let us hold a carnival there. You can't have your
helicopters.
Yeah.
That's right. So yeah.
But
So
again,
yeah.
So
we'll just wait and see what happens. It's nice. And councilors usually show up for the district.
Yeah.
Which and help out.
The only do I want to say good, bad? It's a mixed emotion thing because it's not a campaign year for city officials.
Right.
Because that's when it gets to be fun.
Yeah.
When you can confront the enemy.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Am I remiss in calling them to confront the enemy at times?
It's always fun to see who's there, who shows up, who doesn't show up.
You will see. It is a state election, so you will see.
Hopefully.
Are they going to cancel the election? Due to
No,
what?
but no, you hope that they would come to events, but who knows? I mean, Wednesday night is the fireworks at Veterans Stadium.
Yes.
From 6 to 10. So it's supposed to have a lot of games and stuff for the kids, bouncy house, pony rides. And the fireworks. The ROTC will be doing the honor guard. So it should be a nice event.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah.
And not that it means anything, but I'll be down there taking pictures.
Right. Well, yeah.
You just post office wall material if you want. I can do it. Give me a front and side view.
That's fine. Whatever. I can.
Hey, that would be a money maker.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm a sick puppy. I admit it.
But it's so like I said, and the weather's supposed to be nice on Wednesday, so hopefully everyone will come out and, and enjoy. There's going to be some food trucks. I know there's going to be a fried dough truck, and I forget whatever else they were talking about. Hot dogs, I think. I don't know.
And the fireworks. I mean,
fireworks,
quite frankly, at my age, you've seen one set of fireworks, you've seen them all. But again.
But the kids like it.
Yes, the kids do. Yes, the kids do like it. And again, like I said, I've taken hundreds of pictures of the fireworks over the years, and I could go back 10 years. I could pull out from the computer, pull out those fireworks and post them, and nobody would know the difference.
Right, right.
So I mean, I'm not even going to waste my time taking pictures of fireworks.
Yeah. And this year we're donate for the fireworks. We're donating bikes. So we're going to raffle off bikes for the kids, which would be a good thing. In fact, I have to go tomorrow to pick them out.
Oh, that's somebody I know has a bike hanging around in our waiting room.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It was donated. I don't know. I know nothing.
Oh,
Sergeant Schultz.
Okay, yeah.
It's the best way to be.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and it's like I said, it's nice, and play the patriotic music, the fireworks go off. That's always neat.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said. There are several holidays that are basically for kids. 4th of July is one. Christmas is another one. I mean,
speaking of Christmas, so apparently the Christmas for the kids this year is going to be in November again, before Thanksgiving, which is fine. Whatever. It is what it is. That's what they're going to do. So, I don't know. I'll never forget the first year we did the Christmas for the kids. When Dan's first year.
Yeah.
And we did outside. Talk about freezing.
Yeah.
And never had enough hot chocolate.
Was that the one over at the little frog pondy thingy?
No, that was the one in between the courthouse and City Hall.
When we still had the Christmas tree
We
there.
saw the Christmas tree. And
that they took down for the movie.
Right, yeah. But it was so cold.
Yeah.
So that's why we said, we're bringing it in. It was horrible. It was horrible.
But again, then they shortly thereafter they had the New Year's celebration over by the concrete stage over there on the common.
Oh, and they did the ice skating. That was Dan's inauguration. The ice skating.
We froze our butts off, but the kids loved it. That's one good thing about kids. They have no concept of temperature.
They go.
I'm having fun. Don't bug me.
Yeah, it's like, it's cold. Isn't the water cold? No, you stick your foot in like, are you nuts?
You want to talk about cold? This is a true story. In the summertime, we used to go up to Maine. So we went up to Baxter State Park, Mount Katahdin. So this one guy, they had a pond that the water flowed off of Mount Katahdin, and they had it dammed up, and kids are playing in this. I went in ankle deep. I was about 13 at the time. I went in ankle deep. Now, this one guy, he climbed Mount Katahdin. He started in the morning, and Mount Katahdin is a relatively easy climb. He climbed from the Roaring Brook side, then he came down to the Katahdin stream side. He goes over to his tent, puts on his bathing suit. He jumps in, and he did one of the cartoon up, running, and left without getting wet. He knew the temperature before he even got in.
Oh my God.
It was probably 10 degrees above ice cube weather. That's ice cube temperature.
The water has to be like
90.
But
again, the kids, they were loving it.
They do. But, it's sad that they couldn't bring something like that. But I remember that being a swimming pool. When I was younger, we used to go there to, the swimming pool.
A lot of things have changed in the city. Changed
Yep.
all over.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't it one time they used to have comfort station on the common that they ultimately filled in, bathroom?
I believe so, yes. Yeah.
It got filled in.
Yep.
But again, everything changes, and unfortunately, they say for the better, but as you look at it, you and I both realize that the changes that they say for the better, nah.
Yeah.
And
then you look at like something like you look at the agenda and some of the things on the agenda and you think, why? You know, why are they, what is the purpose behind
I don't want to
this?
go on the record and saying anything.
But
Yeah.
but literally,
No,
it's
I
like,
know.
well, why why are you doing this, and what is the reason behind this? You know, I don't know. You know, and you and I sit there and just look at each other sometimes, pass the piece of paper back and forth, you know, with the notes.
Yeah. It's a shame I didn't say. Why do a lot of things happen? I'll be the first to. I'll be the first to do it.
Yeah.
It's all money.
Yep.
You know.
But you know,
But again, it is what it is. I mean, one of the agenda items, one of the things in the city budget, city councilors this year, because it was a new council, they got a $5,000 raise. It was something that was voted on the previous council.
Right.
They got a $5,000 raise. So they went from $15,000 to $20,000, or in the case of the council president, it went from $17,500 to $22,500.
Right.
The writers of the budget want to give them another $5,000. For what? You and I have been observing.
But it should wait and go to the next council.
Well, no, it will go to the next
council.
council.
Okay.
I mean, you cannot vote on a raise for yourself unless you get reelected and get sworn in again.
Right, then it's right.
Then
Okay,
it's legal.
okay.
But you can't vote, and then they can't vote on it tomorrow night that we're going to give ourselves $5,000 and then expect to see it in their paycheck on their following paycheck. It doesn't work that way.
Right. I thought you wanted to talk about the $500 extra that these councils get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
everybody knows me. I like to push the envelope and aggravate people. I have on a polo shirt that I obtained while I was a city councilor. In fact, I have two of them. And then I have a bright orange rain jacket with the city logo and my name and councilor at large. When I got put on as a city councilor, Mark LaPlante was the council president, and he says, you know, Rich, he says, each councilor has $500 in discretionary funds. I says, discretionary funds? He said, yeah, okay, they gave me a box of cards, business cards. They're plain. He says, if you want to get something fancy, gold stripe and the gold embossed city seal, he says, you can get it and just give us the bill and we'll pay for it. I said, okay. He says, here. In fact, he says, here's a sample of it. So he gave me a copy of a bill that one councilor, who shall remain nameless, presented. Okay, this was what's the name of the place down there behind Sacred Heart? Optimum. Okay, Optimum Sportswear, they do the t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, the logos, the vests that they wear, they do them, So I got these two shirts and I got the rain jacket, and it cost me somewhere just about, I'm going to say somewhere around $150. And I did not, when I started wearing the shirt, Mark says, well, where's the bill for it? I says, Mark, I'm not taking any money out of discretionary funds. I says, this is out of my own pocket. I says, I don't think it's right. He says, well, what don't you think is right? I says, the paperwork that you gave me is a sample. That individual went out and bought $500 worth of t-shirts promoting their candidacy. Okay? The discretionary funds can be used, like I said, they can be used, okay, in this case it was legal. I mean, I didn't abuse it, but I wouldn't have abused it, but I didn't. If I wanted business cards, if I wanted to get a plaque to commemorate the work that Brenda's done for LNAP, that would have come out of my discretionary funds. Or if I wanted to throw an ice cream party at her neighborhood
Meeting.
thing, I could have done it. It would have been legal.
Right.
But I just look at it, and I mean, I can't complain about people abusing the system, and yet I do something, and quite frankly, they would beat the hell out of me for doing it. You know,
Yeah.
do as I say, not as I do. That's the basic rule that I've noticed in government for the time frame I've been observing, and that's what, since January of 2011.
Right.
A lot of years. I mean, between us, we got what?
I started in 2009.
Yeah, so we got about 28 years of observing.
Starting those city council meetings. Because
City
when
council
he started doing, when our neighborhood association
Yeah.
started,
Yeah.
we, one of the things going to
Yeah.
the neighborhood meetings.
But again,
Yeah,
it's
I'm going to there.
you know, I mean, that's what Brenda brought up about the $500. I mean, that's something that the citizens don't realize. You know, when that money comes out of the tax money, because that's in the budget somewhere.
Yep.
Little things that add up. And I mean, and again, I couldn't take the money while I bitch about wasted money in other spots. So,
Right.
that's the reason I pay for it. And I do carry the receipt around in my back pocket in case push comes to shove,
Yep. Which it shouldn't, but.
And again,
yeah.
at Brenda's last neighborhood meeting, what title does Tom Cuddy have in the police department? Is he a police officer? Is he a detective? Is he what?
Community.
Okay. So he's there at the meeting, and he goes, "Is there any questions?" So I raise he says, Councilor Russell, Councilor Emeritus Russell. I said, Emeritus, that has a ring to it. So I'm thinking of taking the shirts back and having Emeritus put on underneath
I
it.
think it's a good idea.
I think it's hilarious, to flaunt the system.
Yeah.
I mean, I do get embarrassed, and Mark told me this, Mark LaPlante told me this, and Dave Abdu told me this, Mike Sullivan has told me this. He says, no matter how long you live, you're going to be known as Councilor Russell, whether
Right.
people like it or not, including yourself.
That's true.
Okay, so if I'm going to do it,
Yeah.
my chances of getting elected in Lawrence again,
Don't know.
yeah, we never know, but
Don't know.
I think I'm somewhere between slim and none, really.
Well, no. Well, it depends on who's running, who's not running.
Well, we won't get into that. I mean, we've got an individual that no stone goes unturned. No good stone goes unturned. No bad stone goes.
We need to.
I look at it, and I've done this, I've done that, I've done this for the community, I've done that for the community. Okay. I did not try to buy any Bengay that night because I think he would have bought it all up just patting himself on the back from pulled muscles. No fooling. No, I gave it away. Well, it's a hymn.
Yeah, whatever.
But
there's many hymns.
Yeah.
Many hymns.
The hymn for the voters of Lawrence, the taxpayers of Lawrence is "Oh, woe is us."
And there is going to be a tax increase, by the way.
Yeah.
We don't know how much, but there's going to be a tax increase.
I don't have that thing with me.
Yeah. But. And also, if you're a senior, there is what's called a senior tax work-off. So if you work 67 hours, you get $1,000 off your taxes. And if this is something that you want to do, go down to the senior center and talk to Laura, and they can put you on. If there's still openings, whatever, to go on.
And if you're a veteran, the state has just increased the veteran abatements on property taxes. I think they've gone up to $1,000 on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
Great.
So I mean, never. the system is going to do you in, but there are little pokes that you can go to the system and say, yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, the other thing is also if you're over 70, you get some
you
money
get-
back too.
Or if you're a widow or
Yeah,
a widower.
or-
I mean,
right.
there's a variety
They're-
of things.
right, exactly.
But they will
yeah.
only give you, they won't give you all of them. They'll only give you the maximum. Okay, my case, I could get the veterans and I could get the senior tax work-off.
Right.
Okay,
and
I
yeah.
can't get the widower
Right.
or the widow or
Right.
whatever.
Right,
But,
right,
you know,
right.
no, I'd be a widower.
But we get the senior tax,
Yeah.
and we get the whatever it is for the senior, so he gets that off
Yeah.
too. You know, but it's people don't know this, and people don't know.
It doesn't get well
No,
That's another issue that both Brenda and I have is
there's no communication.
lack of communication from City Hall about anything, unless it makes them look good. The only thing they want to look good, they want the taxpayers to look good is in paying their taxes on time.
Yeah.
Uh,
But most people have their taxes come out of their if they have a mortgage there,
Yeah.
so that's not a big thing.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
But hey, we
Yeah.
just play it by ear. Okay, folks.
Okay. Yep.
But there's a lot of services there that people don't know.
Yep.
Pet peeve the other night. One of the city councilors jumped on. Well, okay. The mayor was there. The mayor did not say anything about his budget. Octavian Spanner, the senior advisor, was the one that answered all the questions about it.
Yeah.
And I gave my 12 minutes, and then about the budget, and then Mr. Marley, he got up and he spoke his piece, and they're getting ready to close the hearing, and there's a knock on the wall, and Billy Collins, the man that runs the TV, the video stuff, he comes out and he puts his 2 cents worth in, and he says, how come there's 2 positions in this Veteran Service Office that aren't filled? And he says they're ordinanced, but they're not filled.
Right.
Octavian got up there and he says, it's our feeling the number of veterans in Lawrence are dying, we don't need them. We don't need those guys in the positions. I said, okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it did not go over well with some of the veterans, and a
no.
lot of people don't realize what was said. And again, I don't know if I'm cutting my throat, because I know there's repercussions that can be thrown at me one way or another, but the truth be known, you don't crap on veterans.
No.
And they don't really seem to care.
No. And that's the sad part.
You
But-
know what I mean? Those 2 positions are there.
Yeah.
I can go back in the budgets, and like I said, the budgets are online for going back to
Yeah.
I think 2009, 2010. I could go back and pull out the VSO, and you would see there's a assistant VSO and a second assistant VSO
Right.
budgeted.
Right, but they never have them.
They
There's
never
only
filled
been,
it.
as long as I can remember, there's only been one person in the VSO office.
Yeah, I remember Francisco Urena was
Right.
there when I
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
almost 20 years ago. I was looking for a
Yeah.
job. He called me at 5:30 at night to see if 5:30 at night he called
Yeah.
me to see if everything was okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to
Yeah.
wrap this up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow night at the city council
City
meeting.
council.
The meeting starts at 7. Get there early,
Yeah,
so you have a good seat.
yeah.
Yeah, right. And,
I don't see any need to bring any popcorn or a pillow.
No. And we will see you in a couple weeks, hopefully.
Yep, that is if.
There's a meeting.
Yeah, that's right. They in the past they have only gone to 1 meeting in July and 1 meeting in
So
August.
we don't know. We'll have to.
We
we'll
don't
know.
know.
We'll know tomorrow.
We'll know, but
All right.
we've enjoyed it
Have
as
a good one.
always.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.